is the proposal that's in front of us allowing greater use of cocktail lounges than is currently allowed?
I believe Councilmember Harper Madison's motion would include more cocktail lounge than what exists today in the urban renewal plan. Okay, thank you.
Councilmember Tovo?
I had a quick question for you as well, and this too, like Councilmember Kitchens, maybe beyond the information you have, but I wondered if you could remind us how many properties along 12th Street Eureka owns?
I don't have that number right offhand. In this area, not all of them are in this 12th Street NCCD area.
Right, I know there are properties in other areas that Eureka owns. I was just trying to get a sense of how many they own along 12th Street.
I don't have a number for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker.
Garba, and then followed by Stacy Williams.
Good afternoon, Mayor Adler and honorable council people. My name is Waziri Garba. I'm a local resident here in Austin and a former East Austin resident, having spent 6 years there. I work with several business owners from my community and voice their concerns and share their vision. And just want to state, we support city staffs and the URB recommendation. We support the URB's recommendation and vision for the community, and we vote to approve Councilwoman Harper Madison's motion to adopt the URB city staff recommendations with her proposed modifications. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stacy Williams, and then Carmela Green.
All right, good afternoon, y'all. I'm Stacy Williams. I work in the area. I've lived in the area. A couple of things that I wanted to address. First, I want to say that I'm in support of allowing the cocktail lounges and the activities that have been proposed for the area. I don't need to give a history lesson here to y'all, I would hope, but what I'm listening to is the community members coming in. They've been here for 6 years, 8 years or so. I want us to consider what Austin is as a city. We are the live music capital of the world. All the fanfare, all the
worst music capital of the world, as far as I'm concerned,
are directly influenced by what was happening on the east side of the highway once upon a time, before all the things happened that make it not there anymore.
I mean, that's just my opinion. The way that this could work and
the way that it should work for our community is this is a making right. If we really want to pay attention to and preserve the cultural heritage of that area, then we have to let it be what it was, which is a space where people from all over the community could come and gather and listen to the music and enjoy the libations and the rabble-rousing and the things of the like.
What would be a new moniker for Austin? The most pseudo-liberal capital of the world? I think that would be a much more fitting moniker than live music capital of the world. I mean, what is that about, really?
I'm going to tell you what I hear when people say safe neighborhoods and meeting the needs of the community. That sounds like coded language to me, if I'm to be completely honest. Because that community is based and rooted in black and brown arts and cultural businesses, small businesses, mom and pop shops, that many of them are no longer there. But that's what that community was built around. That's what Austin was built around, believe it or not, whether we want to admit it as a city or not. Our city was built on the culture that is east side of the highway that does not exist anymore. The least that we can do is try to recreate and preserve that heart, that heritage, that soul that makes Austin weird, that makes Austin the live music capital of the world. And to be quite frank,
Austin is the weirdo capital of the world.
It was an entertainment district. That's what it was for. It's for us to go and live and be free and be at peace and be together as a community. That has been taken from us over the last 30, 40 years, and there's been people in that community that have been working very hard to maintain it and sustain it, just white knuckle holding on to it. I also heard some people that came up and spoke today and said that there was nobody telling them anything. To me, that is an indicator, a glaring indicator of the segregation within the arts and cultural preservation community within our community, within Austin, Texas. Because they've been having all these conversations for years. You ask any of the black arts and culture organizations and the black and brown arts and cultural organizations in that area, we've been talking about cocktail lounges and reviving that for years as well. So maybe we cross the lanes and talk to each other a little bit more, and we wouldn't feel so left out of the loop. But that culture that we are trying to preserve includes cocktail lounges. It includes juke joints. It includes spaces. That's the only space in Austin where everybody's always been able to come and gather and be together and be human. And we must preserve that. I'm in support of what Natasha Harper-Madison put up. We need to allow this district to begin again of what it's supposed to be. We need to restore the heart.
I disagree. I think it's a lost cause. Austin is a lost cause.
Green, and then Abby Gillifin.